Yo, what up, 403 fam?
We're actually just making this out of paper.
And they said I couldn't be an engineer.
What's up, everybody? So finally we've been having a bit of nice weather. We actually got a few nice days earlier in the week, melted off a ton of the snow, and then last night we got another about 15 centimeters, which kind of put a damper on everything because it looked like we were gonna get a big melt, and then it just snowed more. But it's the next day and it's already warm again. Things are melting. You can hear all the water dripping in the background, and I'm gonna work on the 240 today. We got a decent amount of work to do. I've already pulled the knuckles and lower control arms off the other side because I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing before filming it. So we're gonna go and pull those off. As you can see, I have already taken the brakes weren't on and the rotor is already off, so that's easy. Basically, all that we need to do at this point is pull these two bolts out. We need to pull the tie rod end off. We need to pull this ball joint off, this caster arm, this adjustable caster arm. There's two bolts underneath, and then the sway bar end link. So I'm gonna tackle that right now. I've already soaked everything in PB Blaster, penetrating fluid. You use that instead of WD-40 because it actually like gets in there and breaks down the rust and everything. WD-40 is not a penetrating fluid, it just lubricates things. So those should be relatively easy to get off. I have my impact wrench also, so that will help too. And then once we get those off, I can start to kind of talk about what we're going to be doing with the knuckles and the lower control arms to be able to get more angle in the 240 because this is a drift car. So we got to get some angle. So yeah, let's start on that. First off, we're gonna take these cotter pins out. This won't turn at all because my steering wheel is locked. There's cotter pins on the on each of these, and then we got this guy on the inside here. We are going to tackle these upper bolts. Let's get the impact wrench going. All right, uno, and dos. Make sure you guys always keep your nuts and bolts together. Actually, at this point, we can even do this. We're gonna take off this guy right here, and that should just be a quick impact with a 19mm socket. Yeah. All right, guys, and then it's a 22 on the ball joint. Okay, yank that guy off. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the nuts back on so that we can hammer them out, because it allows you, it makes it so you don't mushroom the top of your ball joint or the threads. So I didn't film that, but it's just basically a bunch of hammering to get this guy off, and then a bunch of hammering to get this guy off. And I might have mushroomed this, but because I had to take the nut off, but that's all right because for the angle kit, I will be changing to Maxima inner and outer tie rods. I believe that's what it is. So it's not the worst. Yeah, we got the knuckle out. So what I'm gonna do to start is I'm gonna put this, we're gonna spray it down with some engine lube or some engine degreaser and get that kind of cleaned up. And then we'll start on the lower control arm here. So now we got two 17s underneath here, one more here. There we go. And it looks like the way that this was put on before, we gotta pop this sway bar end link off first. So we'll be putting this guy in here, this guy on here. There we go. So now we got two 17s underneath here, one more here. There we go. And it looks like the way that this was put on before, we gotta pop this sway bar end link off first. So we'll be putting this guy in here, this guy on here. There we go. Okay, and now we just pop this. Want to make sure we keep all this sicky sway bar stuff together. So like that. Boom. And now this sway bar is kind of just chilling there. We can pop this arm out. Put that down there, and then we just need to do these last two here, which are, I believe, 19. Oh, they're 17 also. Convenient. All right, so now we just pull the sway bar out. We should have access. Nope. There we go. There we go. Here we are. We got this knuckle right here cut off. You can see from the back, that's what we're working with. And then we got this lower control arm, and I have the others from the other side as well. Essentially, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be cutting this piece off right here, and we're trying to move the pivot point for the tie rod end closer towards the center, and it's gonna give more turning angle. So we're gonna cut this, and we're gonna relocate it and weld it, modify the knuckle, and then on this lower control arm here, we're gonna be cutting it right about here and extending this 25 millimeters out to widen the track width of the car, which is going to allow us to fit some larger wheels and get a bit more turning angle. So the next bit of this will be actually modifying the knuckle, where we will be doing some cutting and some welding.